So here's the thing, we've all struggled with people-pleasing tendencies, and we've all struggled with setting boundaries in our lives and putting ourselves first. But I'm here to tell you that that is something that you can overcome. Hi ladies, welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome too. If you are interested in enhancing your life through the use of subliminals, affirmations, and femininity girl talks, then this space is perfect for you. In today's topic, we are going to be discussing healing your people-pleasing tendencies and setting boundaries in your lives. And I'm also going to throw in how you can set boundaries in your lives and certain steps that you can take to enhance your life in this way. If you are interested in receiving topics like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more amazing, life-changing videos. In case no one told you today, I think you're beautiful and I love you. Let's get into the topic. When we talk about setting boundaries, I know that this is an area that we struggle with, even as a feminine woman. This is an area that we tend to struggle in because as a woman, our society expects a lot from us. And by society, I mean our life, our work, our children, our husbands. All of these areas, a lot of people expect from us. Giving birth, keeping up our appearances, and becoming this version and playing this role the world wants us to become. In the process of falling into these roles, if we do choose to be blinded by what society wants rather than what we want, we tend to lose ourselves. And not just that, even within our families as well. If we as people and women, feminine women, are blinded to take on every other person's expectation of our lives, we tend to lose ourselves in this area. We tend to people please. It seems like sometimes when we give a lot and in return we barely get a fraction of the things that we give, and sometimes that can be frustrating. Sometimes it can lead to anger, resentment, feeling hateful and bitter. People-pleasing tendencies tend to stem from earlier in our childhood or the experiences we have along the way in our journey of life. Usually, I would say the main factor of this tendency is because we lack the ability to feel worthy within ourselves. We lack that ability to validate ourselves, so we look towards other people to validate us. We are constantly looking for people to praise us. People pleasers are constantly showing up and performing to receive praise from others, when we are constantly overgiving ourselves, constantly being the one to show up, constantly being the one to provide help, even when it's not expected from us or asked from us. People pleasers want to feel validated. They want to feel seen. They want to feel praised. They want to feel chosen. And sometimes this can be at their own expense. Now, there are multiple reasons why a person would people please, but the main factor is this: they want to be valued. When you don't find that value within yourself, it is natural for you to want to look for that value within other people and other things around you. When you are constantly overgiving yourself or helping people at the expense of yourself, you are creating a resentment, not just for the people that you overgive to, but to yourself. The people that begin to heal these tendencies within themselves, they begin to feel angry and resentful, not just towards the people that have taken advantage of them, the people that realize these people-pleasing tendencies and take advantage of you, but you realize that within yourself, you put up with a lot of things in your life. Now, there's this misconception that nice people get taken advantage of. If you're nice, people think you're weak. People think that you are an easy target. People will walk all over you. Nice people get taken advantage of. And I beg to differ. I believe that nice people without boundaries take advantage of, because there is nothing wrong with being nice. I believe I've said that in one of my videos before. There is nothing wrong with being a kind person. There is nothing wrong with being a nice person. Nice people Without boundaries, expect people to give them the way that they give to others. And unfortunately, this is not how the world works. Yes, there are some people that will be nice and kind to you, and then there are other people who will take advantage of you, because why not? This is where we shift and gravitate into speaking about boundaries. As a feminine woman, as a person in general, it is your responsibility to set boundaries for yourself. Boundaries is a way that we communicate to other people that we care about ourselves. Yes, I can care about you, but I care about myself to know that I am not going to tolerate anything that diminishes or demises myself. When you set up boundaries, not a lot of people will like you. Now, people pleasers, referring back to the statement I made earlier, people pleasers want to be liked. They want to be adored by every single person. They want to feel validated. They want to feel value. And when people don't like them and when they offend people, they're not meeting their goals. And setting boundaries is going to get in the way of that goal of being liked and valued by other people. When you don't set boundaries, you are hurting yourself. When you are hurting yourself, you are not loving yourself. In order to have a well-rounded life, in order to stand true in your feminine energy, in order to work towards being the amazing person that I know you all are, it is wise to learn about setting boundaries. Just because you are nice does not mean that you throw away your boundaries. You have to have boundaries. You have to be okay with people not liking you. But you can be the nicest person in the world. But guess what? There are people out there that are not happy with their lives. There are people out there that generally don't want to like people. It's a thing. So you have to get over the fact of wanting to be liked by other people. And that starts with yourself. Setting boundaries 101, you have to tell yourself that it is okay to not be liked. But the very first thing to understand when we talk about setting boundaries is that you have to be worthy and know that you are deserving of an equal give and take as a feminine woman, as a person in general. You are deserving of so much more, not just equally. You are deserving of people giving to you, and giving to you means kindness, not just material things, but kindness, respect, value, treating you like you are a human being. When you are constantly people pleasing and pleasing others, there are people that will take advantage of you just by seeing that in your life. You have to learn to set boundaries, and one of the ways to do that is to know that you are deserving. Number 2, know that people are not going to like you. Not everybody is going to like you, and that is okay, because there is someone out there who will respect you. There is someone out there who will love you. There is someone out there who will embrace every parts of you, including your boundaries. And you'll never know that if you do not set those boundaries. Number 3, be okay with people walking away and not liking you. It's one thing to know that people don't like you. Yes, it's gonna hurt your feeling, but you have to get yourself to understanding that you will be okay, and there is people out there that will like you. Number 4, understand what those boundaries are and be firm with those boundaries. Have you ever been in a situation where you told yourself you're not going to do something and you ended up doing it anyways? How did that make you feel after you did that? Not so good, did it? You have to be firm with your boundaries. And the thing with setting boundaries, it doesn't have to be combative. It doesn't have to be hostile. It doesn't have to be mean. You can be a loving person while setting boundaries. It doesn't have to be an argument. I don't like to argue personally. So when we set those boundaries, you can be nice about it. Oftentimes we like to control how other people react. As human beings, we have this tendency of wanting to control our environment and also control the people around us. But I've said this before, ladies, you cannot control people, but you can control yourself. So when you meet people and you're setting boundaries, I want you all to release yourself from taking on the responsibility of controlling how the other person will handle those boundaries. If you're scared of setting a boundary and you're worried about how the other person might take it, oh my God, they're not gonna like me. Oh my God, they're gonna think I'm mean. Oh, they're not gonna understand. Release yourself from assuming you know how a person is going to react. And even if they do not react in the most kindest of way, that is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is showing up for yourself and setting those boundaries and protecting yourself with those boundaries and being firm with those boundaries. And here's the thing, ladies, each time we set boundaries and we stick to it, our self-esteem begins to raise, our worth and our value, and knowing that you can stand on what you say. When we show up for ourselves and set those boundaries, each time that we set those boundaries, we are communicating to ourselves that we are worthy of respect. We are worthy of the things that we are asking. When we are firm with those boundaries, we are communicating to not just everybody else, but to our essence, to ourselves, our worth, what we are and what we will not allow. And the more you do this, the more you will align and shift to those things that are in alignment of what you are asking for. The reason why people are treating you like crap is because they know that they can get away with it. They know that you will sway every time you set your boundaries. They know there's certain kind of people, certain kind of women that you cannot play with because they say what they say and they mean what they say. It doesn't have to be combative. It doesn't have to be like, you're gonna respect. It doesn't have to be that. Have you ladies ever met a woman who was just, sometimes she didn't have to speak. Her presence, her essence does the speaking. There's certain kind of people you know that you don't mess with. And this is a level that I'm trying to teach you all about. Know what you want. Know what your boundaries are. If you're someone who is constantly repeating cycles in your life, if you are constantly repeating cycles in your life, sit down, have a moment with yourself, have a self-reflective moment with yourself and ask yourself, why am I going through the same things? Why am I attracting the same people? Why am I attracting the same friends? The same treatment from family? The same lovers, romantic interest? It's a pattern. If it's a pattern, there's something that you need to see there. And if you're still going through that pattern, you have not learned what you are supposed to learn. The only way to graduate is to go through the things that you are going through, be vigilant, be intentional, and to work towards them. If you ignore your problems, they are still there. They are not going away. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Ask yourself, where do I need to set boundaries? What am I tolerating in my life? What is not acceptable in my life anymore? You have to be selfish and choose yourself. If you're someone who has to think of the last time you did something good for yourself, reevaluate the relationship you have with yourself. Because I promise you, if you can look, you will see how it's a reflection of what you allow other people to do in your life. Everything is a mirror, you all. Everything, everyone, every interaction. If there's someone I just don't like how they treat me right now, why are you accepting it? What within that relationship is making you accept it? Oh, they're my family. Oh, they're my husband. They're my best friend. Relationships are important in our lives. Don't get me wrong. This is how we learn. This is how we grow. This is how we evolve. But those relationships in your life, those connections that the Most High God has brought into your life is there for a reason. You have to evolve. And by evolving, that means you doing the work. The people-pleasing tendencies gotta go. Not setting boundaries in your life gotta go. Not taking the time to choose and love yourself gotta go. At some point in your life, you have to understand that putting yourself first is not only self-care, but self-love. At some point in your life, you get tired of showing up for everybody and not showing up for yourself. It starts with you. I say this all the time, ladies. You have to work from inwards, and then it exudes everything outwards. So if your life right now is not looking the way that you want it to look, reevaluate. Go within yourself. Have a moment with yourself and ask yourself what it is that I can do better. Do not be afraid to set boundaries. Do not be afraid to be a little bit more selfish. Do not be afraid to set those boundaries. And if you are afraid of losing the people in your life, guess what? There are billions of people on this planet. You will find someone. When you stick to what it is that you want, I'm telling you this, ladies, this has worked in my life, and thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to share this message. When you stick to what it is that you want, you will align to those things that match that energetic frequency. And yes, although sometimes it may take a little bit longer, but I promise you, when those ideal friends, ideal relationship, work, whatever it is that you are having a hard time, or the area where you people please, when what you are looking for arrives, it will be worth it. It doesn't matter if it's in a person or relationship, your work, whatever it is, when you set those boundaries and you say, this is what I am looking for, when it arrives, it will be so worth it. So ladies, I hope this message was able to touch someone. I hope that you all were able to take something out of this. If you enjoyed any of the things that I said to you on this channel, ladies, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please, you all know I have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting me this far. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And ladies, don't forget to stay blessed and beautiful. See you in my next topic. Bye.